We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
The loss of a political giant, a setback for solar, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. Senator Joseph Lieberman passed away from complications after a fall at 82 years old. Serving in the Senate for 24 years, he was a beloved husband, father, and grandfather. He was a senator and a statesman. He was the vice presidential candidate in 2000, becoming the first Jewish candidate for that office. As the Democratic Party started its move to the left, he stood firm and won re-election to the Senate as an independent. He was the founding chairman and moral center of the No Labels movement. No Labels released a statement that said in part, "Senator Lieberman was a singular figure in American political life who always put his country before party. He was a deeply principled and pragmatic leader who believed public service was a privilege and who dedicated his life to the betterment of others. As a four-term senator, he led passage of transformative bipartisan legislation that made America's air and water cleaner, that made us safer after 9/11, and that expanded equality and opportunity for all." Senator Joe Lieberman was widely respected by members of both parties, and he will be sorely missed. Disney and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis are setting aside their differences. The company and the board handpicked by the governor to run the special district where Disney World sits have reached a settlement in their legal battle. The deal wipes out changes to the board's power and the company's development plans that Disney pushed through just before the new board was seated. Instead, Disney will move forward with an earlier plan to expand the theme park. An onslaught of hail in southeastern Texas that destroyed large portions of a massive solar farm is highlighting the perils of trading traditional power sources for vulnerable green alternatives and sparking concern about the potential for chemical leaks from the broken panels. Aerial footage captured the significant damage suffered by the Fighting Jays solar farm in Fort Bend County, Texas. The March 15th storm shattered hundreds of panels and prompted a nearby resident to question if the solar panels were leaking chemicals such as cadmium telluride, which is linked to serious health risks in humans. "My concern is the hail damage that came through and busted these panels. We now have some highly toxic chemicals that could be potentially leaking into our water tables," Needville resident Nick Kamitsky told Fox affiliate KRIV-TV. "I have a family, 2 children and a wife. My neighbors have kids, and a lot of other residents in the area who are on well water are concerned that the chemicals are now leaking into our water tables." Federal Reserve Governor Chris Waller said high inflation readings and strong job gains in early 2024 reinforce his view that there is no rush to cut U.S. interest rates. In a speech titled "There's Still No Rush," Waller said at the Economic Club of New York on Wednesday night that the most recent economic data tells me that it is prudent to hold this rate at its current restrictive stance, perhaps for longer than previously thought, to help keep inflation on a sustainable trajectory towards 2%. The Fed last week signaled it's likely to cut interest rates 3 times in 2024, even though inflation has perked up in the first few months of the year. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.